You thinking an exit, holding on to treasures, lusting after pleasures. I become addicted to this feeling under pressure. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Shady Boots here, and I'm doing a get ready with me in conjunction with the topic 5 things that changed my life. So if you're interested in watching it, just continue to tune in. All right, so let's start off. So I'm gonna start doing my makeup. I just bought a few new makeup products from Sephora. I did like a little mini haul, and that should be included in my weekly vlog. That'll probably be uploaded before this one is. And so I just wanted to try some new stuff out. I got some new foundation, and I also have some new foundation, and I have like a couple of other things that I'll show you what I got as we go along. So the first thing I do when I do my makeup is I usually put on some type of moisturizer, and I use the Neutrogena oil-free moisture product, and I use this whether I have makeup on or not. This is how I start my day. All right, so yeah, I just put the Neutrogena on my face and I just rub it in. I know my hair still look crazy, please don't mind me. It's just one of those times where like I'm not eager to go get my hair done, but I know I'm probably gonna take them out tomorrow. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I like to look a little rough because maybe that's what I need to be looking like. When you look like money, people think you don't need nothing. All right, back to the topic, 5 things that changed my life. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was keeping my circle small. Now, for those of you who know me, don't know me, I don't really like to, I'm not gonna say I don't like to meet new people, because that's not true. I'm very friendly. I like to make conversation, and you just never know who you might meet. So I love to, like, you know, if I go out somewhere and I meet somebody, whether it's a male or female, you know, I always make conversation, because I've actually met a lot of, you know, useful people and having basic conversations, you know, at the supermarket, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so basically what I do is, like, I'm not the type of person that's gonna, like, veto meeting a new person. Whether it's, like I said, whether it's, you know, somebody that I might potentially date, or somebody that could potentially be a friend. Earlier this year, in fact, not going off subject really, it's kind of like gonna tie into what I'm saying. I actually started to, well, I looked into meeting friends online, like not just, you know, dating. You on Bumble, there's a feature called BFF. I think Arnell had mentioned it in one of her vlogs, that she had actually started to meet people off of there. She wanted to meet new people. So like I said, on Bumble they have a feature where it's called BFF, and you can meet people on there, whatever. And females, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to, everything don't gotta be about dating. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned what I was using. It's my LA Pro concealer, and my eyebrows, like I said before in the previous Get Ready With Me, my eyebrows are microbladed, and all I do is just kind of like, what do you call it? Like, just highlight them a little bit and just bring them out. And this tone is beautiful bronze. So getting back to, yeah, the Bumble thing. So I had actually started to you know, meet people on the BFF thing. Like, you know, I kind of like actually started to, you know, make friends with people in there, because I just felt like it's time for me to meet new people. Like, you know, I'm not looking for a replacement of any kind, but because I worked from home for 2 years, and, you know, I was pretty isolated, and I just had a baby, you know, so a lot of things happened in my life where I just felt like, you know, although I have my friends, and I still have my same friends, I just feel like it comes a time in your life where you need to meet new people, like, you know, and just see, you know, you know, broaden your horizons, and not only in dating but also in friendships. And I don't, you know, I don't work in a profession where I really get a chance to meet new people all the time. So that was a good way. And I actually met like 2 young ladies, and one of them, I don't speak to her anymore. Not that we had nothing happened. We just kind of like stopped communicating. I just think that like maybe both of us was kind of like our schedules was like really not you know, wasn't in harmony. So me and her kind of like fell off. And then the other person that I met on there, young lady as well, me and her actually still communicate. We haven't hung out in a while because again, it's a scheduling conflict, especially with me. But I have hung out with her a few times, and she's cool. We are around the same age. We're kind of like we kind of like do the same thing as far as profession. So she's really cool, and we continue that. So we haven't like got to that like best friend part yet, but I'm always receptive to meeting new people and learning about a different experience as it pertains to friends. So I just actually use the Milk Hydro Primer. I think I got this. I don't know if I got this. No. I did buy that as just because I wanted to try it. I've seen a few people on YouTube using it. And basically what I do it the same way I do my moisturizer. This I kind of like pat in a little bit. It varies. Sometimes I just straight rub it in. But like the primer, I just try to... This is not my everyday primer. I usually use, I think the Pro Matte Filter by Rihanna. I mean, not by Rihanna, by Fenty. And so, but that is something that I use as well. I'm actually running out of my Fenty mattifying whatever primer. So that's a good way of me stretching it out. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So keeping my circle small, right? So let's get back to that. My friends that I have to this day are my friends that I've had since I was in high school. Nothing has changed. Like literally nothing has changed. I have, for those of you that might not know, I have 3 best friends. And so those are all 3 of my best friends I met in high school. And so we are friends to this day. I'm drinking a Corona. It's still my birthday. So my friends, I've been friends with them for like not ever since high school. I'm 39. And so we've been friends for over 20 years. And nothing has changed with us but life, you know. We all still live in New York. We still hang out. We still do stuff. And I feel like that when I think I kind of learned that at a very young age, like keeping my circle small. And I didn't force unnecessary relationships. Like I had, when I was like younger than high school, I did have like a best friend. But me and her kind of like went our separate ways because early on I just started to realize like I had wanted to, you know, be friends with people that were reciprocating energy. And the person that I was like best friends with before, we're no longer like friends at all. We were friends like prior to high school. She just wasn't reciprocating like energies, you know what I'm saying? Like I was doing the most. I was always going to her house, and you know, I was always doing everything. And I just felt at an early, that particular friendship taught me moving forward the type of friendships that I wanted moving forward. And I think that's how me and my friends that I've had from high school, how we were able to maintain our friendships for so many years, because I decided to move forward with reciprocating energies. Like if you're not reciprocating the energies and being my friend and putting just as much effort into it, then I didn't want to be in that friendship anymore. So after for the milk primer, I let it sit for a little while, and then I just bought this Dior Backstage face and body foundation. This is actually my first time using it, so y'all see exactly. And I did a blind buy, so let's just see how this goes. So all I did was squirt it on my sponge, and I'm just gonna tap it in. Oh. Can't really tell. Let's looking so far. Look like it's getting. Oh, okay. All right, Dior. Let's see. Because Too Faced got me in a chokehold right now. So I'm just trying this out because I've seen a few beauty influencers using it. So I just wanted to see. I don't know. I mean, I like the way it's really soaking into my skin. Smells good. It's about the same price, I believe, as the Too Faced Born This Way. So yeah, so when it comes to friendships and like the friendships that I have for so many years, we just kind of like, it's crazy because honestly, like my friends, like I mean, technically they are my friends, but I honestly feel like my friends are now my family. Basically, we call each other like sisters, like their family consider me being like my friend's mom. They're like, oh, that's my other, they say like that's my other child to me. And you know, that's because we've been friends for so long. So I don't know, like I said before, I think I figured that out. I think that first relationship that I had with my first best friend kind of molded my friendships moving forward. Like I realized at a very early age that I was basically doing a bit too much as it pertains to, you know, not really making somebody be your friend, but in a friendship. Like I said before, it was like, it seemed like it was just like a one-way street, and I was just like, nah. And so that's why I kind of let that relationship dissolve early on, and we went our separate ways, and that was that. Oh, so I don't know, I'm trying to see. I think I like what I do like about the Dior foundation is that it really just kind of like soaks into your skin. You can't even really tell. I mean, of course, because I'm on camera, you can see a little bit, but all right, Dior, let's see. I don't know, that's my first time. Literally, that's my first time using it. I just opened it up because I bought this for my birthday. So, all right, cool. Nice little foundation. So what I'm gonna do now before I get into my concealer, I actually bought Until Dawn, this mattifying waterproof setting spray by Patrick Starr, and I bought the mini version. Excuse me, because my sinuses is kind of messed up. I'll spray myself a little bit with this. Let me spray it up first. Okay. So yeah, getting back to my first 5 things that changed my life is like keeping my circle small, and that's because I just really wanted to have like very valuable relationships, especially as it pertains to friendships. I did not want to let's just put it like this, like I really knew early on the type of person that I was. I was very caring, I was very giving, and I didn't want to be taken advantage of. And so when I met my current friends in high school, which our story of how we met and how we started to hang out is kind of like, I ain't gonna say strange, but it wasn't like, you know, it was I don't even want to say strange or nothing like that. It was just like, you know, very genuine and authentic. It wasn't nothing being forced. And, you know, I feel like that's the way, you know, good friendships always kind of like start off at. So that was cool. All right, so that was pretty much the gist of it with that topic. Yeah, I just like to keep, I think that's something that you need to, I don't know if this works for everybody. I just feel like when you have a small circle, like you're able to see people for who they are. I think sometimes when you have a whole lot of friends, it's hard to pinpoint who's who, you know. And through life and through time, have we had our falling outs? Hell yeah. Have we had our ups and downs and times where I felt like certain things weren't being reciprocated? Hell yeah. But you know, there's some relationships in life that's worth like fighting for, and my friends we've been through enough things that sometimes they're worth fighting for. Just like relationships, like some people like, oh, if this person does this, I'm never talking to them again. And you know, but everybody's not perfect. You're not perfect. I know I'm not fucking perfect. So as much as, we can't just keep it like one-sided. There's a side to every story, and my friends were worth me going through trials and tribulations with. Nothing crazy, nothing like grimy, like crazy, like nothing like that. It's just life. And when you're growing into adulthood and all the different changes and children and all this different type of stuff that comes into play, which, I kind of started having kids later on in my life, and my best friends, like me, it's only one other of my best friends that have kids, and she had it after me. So it's like, that's the other thing. It's like we kind of like really took our time with having kids, and yeah, but keeping your circle really small is important. People are mischievous, people are selfish, all they care about is themselves. And the earlier that you can kind of like pinpoint, okay, this is my person, this is the person that's there for me every time I'm going through something. They there to drop up a dime, they're asking if I need help, I do the same thing for them. That I don't have to worry about leaving my bed around my friend when I'm trying to talk to them. They respect my space, they understand me, they get me. Like, those are the people that you need to keep close to you, and keep your I'm telling you, keep your circle small. Like, people are not your friends. And that's why I think I said, like, with me now, it's like it's so easy for me to meet somebody and know exactly who's who, because God is gonna always show you anyway. So if you're paying attention and your intuition is there, it's like, find out who's who and move on, pretty much. So I just put on my Born This Way multi-use scope and concealer, and let's go to number 2. Okay, so my second bullet point in the 5 things that changed my life is paying my bills on time. Now, it took me so long to grasp that concept of paying my bills on time. Now I'm just taking my beauty blender. I'm gonna start blending out my concealer. It took me so long to like grasp this concept, because to be honest with you, I never really had somebody in my life to sit down with me and tell me, like, you gotta pay your bills on time, you gotta like really explain to me what it takes and why you should pay your bills on time, and why you should basically just pay your bills like every month as an adult, right? I honestly didn't. I had to learn everything on my own. Like, I knew I was always kind of like responsible for the most part when it came to certain things like that. So I think maybe the first thing that kind of like made me pay my bills on time, even though, but I'm just going off of what I can remember and why. My mom put me on her insurance. Like, when I forgot my first car, I was on my parents' or my mom and my stepdad's insurance, and they was like, you gotta pay every month at this time. And I think that probably set the precedence for like everything else, because I knew I had to pay my insurance every month. If I didn't pay my insurance every month, I would have to hear their mouths you know what I'm saying, telling me, oh, why you ain't paying your insurance. And I hated that. Like, even as growing up, like, I hated hearing the speeches. Like, even to this day, when people tell me stuff and they gotta get on me about certain things, I freaking hate it. So when I was younger, I was like, yo, let me make sure I pay these bills. I don't want to hear them say nothing. You know how parents are. Like, they will, like, not all parents, but like, shit, my mom and my stepdad, please, they will make you feel so bad if you ain't pay a bill, and and not even that a bill, like that insurance bill. Like, I knew, I was like, yo, I do not want to hear my mother mouth. Like, it's bad enough they didn't really want to put me on the insurance, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, for them, I guess they felt like, shit, we worked our whole lives to get our insurance and keep it at a decent rate, you know what I'm saying? And when you're younger, you're more of a risk. Like, insurance companies consider you being a risk, so your insurance goes up when you add a minor. So I was just like, let me make sure that I pay my bills, because I do not want to hear nothing from them. Like, I don't want to hear crap. And I always made sure. So I think that set the precedence later on in life, like for me to like continue paying my bills on time, doing what I'm supposed to do, because I did not want to hear them. I did not want to hear them, especially my mom. Like, she used to just go in, like, oh, you gotta pay it, and da 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 da. And I hated to be like, I hated for her to have to come to me and you know, tell me, oh, you gotta pay this, oh, this guy. I didn't like, first of all, I didn't even like people till this day, like I said, I don't like people to tell me what to do. So as a kid, that's one of the reasons why I kind of like always did what I was supposed to do, because I couldn't stand nobody coming to me telling me what to do, or oh, you didn't do this. It just bothers me because I already feel like I'm a responsible person. Even though I know my parents, you know, they still gotta rear you or whatever, but I just hate people telling me what to do. Like, it's just, I hate it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? What you gotta keep reminding me and telling, like, come on, whatever. But anyway, that was one of the reasons. I just finished using Congo by Julia's Place for the contour, and now I'm just gonna take this Sephora 64 brush, which is like a pro foundation brush, and I'm gonna start blending out the contour with that. So yeah, I think it's important to pay your bills on time, because you know, it leaves aggravation and stress and worry. And you know, actually, well, I don't, yeah, depending on, especially when it comes to like your credit card bills and stuff like that, it helps your credit, you know. So if you know, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as far as like your credit and everything, like, I mean, paying your bills on time, then of course you show a good credit history, and I mean, you show a good paying on time history. So I think if you get in a habit before you get a credit card, let's just say you're young and you don't have a credit card yet, which I don't really recommend. If you can, you know, even though they say like the, you know, the longer you have a credit card, yeah, the longer you have a credit card, it shows like you have a long history of paying a bill. You know, if you can hold out for a credit card until you can like actually afford it, it's just like, take your time. It's no rush if you can. But if you do have a credit card young, because you just feel like, oh, I want a credit card, make sure you pay the bill. Another thing I want to add with that as well is just like with the credit card, make sure that you are putting the majority of your credit back. So for example, let's just say you get approved for a $500 credit card. What you want to do is make sure that you do not allow that credit card. So basically, yeah, if you have a $500 limit, don't go over $200 each paying period. Like, so just basically use your credit card to do little things, but make sure you always have like at least $300 on your card. Not only for credit purposes, but emergency purposes. Like, you never know when you might get caught up in a situation. And let me use a different brush. Where's that other brush at? Oh, let's see. Oh, here it is. I'm using this Morphe M173 brush just to do my nose contour. Yeah, you want to make sure that you know, you keep your credit limit as high as possible, and don't use up all your credit. Like, it took me forever to tell. Like I said, I didn't have somebody in my life to tell me all these different. I learned all this stuff on my own, and that's why it took me so long to get it. There was nobody sitting there telling me, oh yeah, like I like this thing about the credit usage. Like, you know how long it took me to find that out? I had nothing. I knew nothing about that. I think I just actually found that out a couple of years ago. And there's some other things that I learned about credit, but I think if you know, you guys want me to make a video like that, like with credit and how to build it back up. I've messed up my credit and then built it back up so many freaking times. You know, yeah, I guess by now I should be a freaking expert. But yeah, if you're getting a credit card, just make sure, yep, if it's $500, make sure you're only using $200 and leave the other $300, and just keep doing that every month, like paying it down, paying it, make sure it's keeping it that. So that was it with number 2. So basically, paying your bills on time is going to set you up for the long run, and make sure that you are keeping a, you know, good standing with not only the company that you're paying for, but also it's going to give you in a good habit of, you know, paying your credit card bills. So that, and when you pay your credit card bills on time, it pushes your score up, and that's what we need in this life. Credit is the way to go. Now let's go to number 3. All right, so number three is my number 3 thing that changed my life is traveling. Traveling. Now, when I first started traveling, like, my mom used to freak out. Like, she, you know, when she growing up, my mother had kids young. She didn't have the opportunity to travel and do things and all this different type of stuff. So when I started to do it, it was like, I don't know. I think she just was, I don't really want to say she didn't want me to go places. I think she was just like scared. But like, and I'm still to this day, I'm scared of flying and everything like that, but I don't care. Like, I remember like early on, like my best friends, and they used to be able to go places and do things. And like, my mother was just not, she wasn't having it. Like, she was like, oh, you can't, you know, you're not going nowhere, you're not doing nothing or whatever. I remember my friends, this is when like Miami was the shit for Memorial Day. Like, they would go to Miami and they'd be like, oh, it's so much fun. And like my other best friend, she had an older sister, so she was able to go out there and like do things, and they was meeting rappers, and it was crazy back in our time. And I used to be like, oh my God, I want to go to Miami. I remember one year I had to cry to my mother. I'm like, Ma, you know, my friends, they going, you know, why I can't go? Like, what the fuck? Like, I want to go to Miami. And like, she finally let me go one year, and that was it. Like, literally, the year she let me go to Miami, that was all she wrote. Like, it was the end. Like, getting on a plane, the whole experience, like going through TSA, rolling your luggage through the airport, like getting to the airport, you know, you waiting to board your flight, you get on a plane, you take off, you land, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get into another, like in Miami, for me back in the, nobody was doing that. Nobody was. And if they was doing it, it was like, and I, you know, in my like era and everything, that was like, that was the shit. At 17, 18 years old, going to Miami, like from New York, what? Like, nah, yo, you was lit. So that was it. Like, once she let me go to Miami that one time, rap. And then on top of that, it was like, I was paying for my own trips and stuff. So it was like, all right, so like, it's not like I'm asking you for money to go. Like, and don't get me wrong, I used to be struggling on my little trips because I had the money to pay for my airline ticket and a hotel. After that, I used to be so broke. But guess what? Guess where I was at? Miami, living it up. I'm gonna put on this Kiss Luxury eyeliner. I love this. Is my favorite eyeliner. Favorite. And this is in, I don't know the name of the, oh, here it is. This is in Black is Black. Sometimes you can't find this, but whenever I find it, I try to stock up on it. So yeah, like, once she let me go to Miami that one time, that was it, honey. Like, and it was like, then she couldn't say no. I don't know why my eyes always so crusty. Then it's like, after that, she couldn't really tell me nothing, because it's like, all right, you let me go one time, so like, why you ain't let me go again? Like, and then once she let me go one time, that was it. So yeah, that was it with the Miami joint. And yeah, so from there, I just, like, you know, moving forward, after I seen how it went and like what the expenses was and all that stuff, like, that's when, like, I really was like, okay, like, this is it. This is what I want to do. Like, I love it. Like, I love it. Yeah, it's scary to get on a plane and all that shit, but like, once you do it one time, then that's it. Once you do it one time, that's it. Like, that is it, honey. So yeah, so basically I just contoured, and now I'm just going to, I feel like I'm missing a step. But I could, you know, good thing about makeup, you could always go back. So right now I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier translucent powder. I actually got this as a birthday gift. I never tried this before, so again, this is something else and I'm trying for the first time with y'all. So yeah, I just recommend travel. I really do. I try to urge all the young women and men out there, you know, when you young, try to do as much as you can. That's why, like, now that I've had my son and everything, like, I feel no ways. Like, you know, I don't feel like you know, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. Like, I don't feel no ways, like nothing, no regrets. I've been to Canada, I've been to the Bahamas, I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to California, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Miami like probably like 20 times, because my best friend used to live out there. I've been to Spain, I've been to France, I've been to Italy, I've been to Finland, like, and this was before I had my son. So that just go to show you, like, I wasn't playing. Like, once once I started traveling, please, child, you couldn't tell me nothing, honey. You couldn't tell me shit. I got that passport. And the other thing about it too, now that I think about it, like, my mother had got me my passport like when I was like 10. Because she was like, oh, just in case. I always, and you know, I do recommend, like, if you have kids, like, I'm going to get Ja his passport soon. I was going to get one when he was a baby, but then I was like, he's too young. Like, plus there's still, like, COVID and all that stuff going on. So, yeah. But now that he's starting to get a little older, I'm going to get him his passport and everything like that. And, yeah, if you have a kid, you know, get them their passport, because you never know. Because necessarily, it might not necessarily, like, you'll be going out with them, but what if somebody else want to take them somewhere? What if, you know, what if something happened and you need your goddamn passport? So, yeah, he's about to, I'm about to get him his passport and all that. So, he'll have that, you know, just in case. But I do recommend travel, and I think that travel changed my life. It really changed my life, because it molded me into the person I am. And, like, even like at work for me, like, you know, I work for a company that we are global. So, like, sometimes, you know, you know, you can have conversation with clients out of the country and be like, oh, I've been there, oh, I've been there. You know, it just adds another layer of substance to you as a woman, especially as a Black woman, like, to be well traveled, you know, and to get it. I feel like, you know, I don't want to stop traveling. I don't want to stop traveling, and I'm not going to. And I actually have admirations to actually leave the U.S. and live over abroad. But, you know, that's not no time soon. But that's one of my dreams, is to live outside the country, because I love Europe and I love overseas, and it's so, like, historic. Like, a lot of, like, you know, history is there when you go there. I'm not gonna lie, like, when you go to Europe, I was telling somebody this, and I don't know, somebody might call me ignorant for saying this, and I don't know, yeah, I'm not gonna say exactly what I want to say, but I just feel, I don't know, it's strange, but it's like you feel a little bit at home when you go. And I'm not even talking, I haven't been to Africa, so we're not talking about that, but I don't know. And maybe it's just the places that I've been, because I have heard people say, like, oh, this is good. This is the Huda Beauty legit lashes. I'm like, all right, it's kind of working kind of good. I mean, haven't been having a good experience with mascaras lately. Yeah, I think traveling is good, to have that, you know, that experience, and to yeah, to have that experience, and, you know, put that on your resume, you know, get your stamps, and the younger you could do it, the better. I tell all the young women out there and men to travel. Enjoy your life. Have fun before you start having kids. And then it's like, the other part about it is like, you could have a, suggestions. Like, now, if Ja decided he want to travel, I could be like, oh, when you go to France, you can't do this. When you go to Spain, you can't do this, And so that way, when they travel, it's not like they're just going out there blindly, because a lot of the things that we experienced when we went overseas, like me and my friends and stuff like that, it wasn't nothing bad or nothing, but it helps to have somebody that know what you walking into before you actually walk into it. So hey guys, so you would not believe what the hell happened to me as it pertains to this video. Anyway, let me kind of make it as fast as possible. So I was recording the end of the video. I think I got up to my next 5 things that changed my life was number 4 and number 5. So I have the recording, right? For some reason, I cannot get the recording off my phone. Like, it's the most strangest thing. I'm still trying to figure out this tech stuff. I have no idea why it won't come in. So I think I'm just going to make this a part 1. And then whenever I'm able to get that other part of the video, I'll put the part 2 up. But I'm sorry. You'll just have to stay tuned for part 2 whenever I figure this thing out. Or I'll just record it in another theme. But thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Bye.